Who's ready for mare number 5? Razzle dazzle. Incredible. We already did you number 1. So number 5 on the list, due actually the same day as number 4. This is Raz. She is due February 17th. There's something super duper exciting about this one. If you're an Appaloosa lover, then you'll love those little speckles around her eyes and her nose. That is called mottling. You can see her little spots here. I actually don't like them, but we're not going to tell her that, okay? You'll probably remember Sparkles, who is mare number 2 due. Sparkles is one of her daughters. We have another daughter of hers named Dazzle. Raz's name is actually Razzle Dazzle, but we named her one daughter Simply Dazzling. That's her Tyson daughter that I absolutely love. Raz is out of a mare that if you knew us back in the 90s when we were Jones's Mini Winnies, we showed a little silvered apple mare named Jones's Simply Dazzling. She was just gorgeous. She had the most beautiful head. Kind of one of those that I think was just a little beyond her time. But Raz is actually the only daughter we have of hers because she only had 2 babies her whole life. Raz's father is our Tex, one of our old stallions that we raised, who goes back to Annie. He's a Blue Boy grandson. Blue Boy was very famous back in his era. Still to this day has a pretty big influence on the industry with producing these just like gorgeous heads that are just very, very dominant and tend to be passed on quite regularly. I think Raz definitely has that, even though she's Appaloosa. Some people may not agree with this, that Appaloosas, they can look like anything as a baby. Then as they get older, they tend to get ugly. Their heads get flat, heads get big, and then their manes and tails get really sparse. Raz really never did that. I think she's gorgeous, and I think she always has been. That's why she's been allowed to stay here. So she would be a half sister to other ones you probably know, such as Jazzy, Scarlet, Cody. The exciting thing about Raz is this is our very first Freak baby. If you don't know Freak was the 2024 Futurity Supreme Halter Horse, also the national champion junior stallion that same year. Color wise, said she's a silvered apple, Appaloosa gray. So she's basically a black horse with a silver gene, Appaloosa gene, and a gray gene. And then Freak is a buckskin. So he's a black horse with the bay gene and then the cream gene. You throw all that together, possibilities are literally practically endless. I don't even know if I even want to try to predict what she's going to have, but I will anyway. I think it's going to be a boy, a silver buckskin with a gray gene. So no Appaloosa, but it is going to get the gray gene. I really would rather do without both of those. I'd rather do without the cream gene. I'd rather do without silver gene. I actually would just like it to just be a black horse or a bay horse because that's my favorite. She had a sumo filly this year named Charisma who got the silver gene, but she did not get the Appaloosa gene and no gray gene. Before that, she had a sumo colt named Nightmare, just gorgeous. We gelded him. He was national champion, small over gelding this year. He is available too if anybody's looking for a kick butt gelding who has a phenomenal personality. That's by Sumo, who's the 2025 National Grand Stallion. It would be nice if it was a girl. I only have 2 daughters of Raz. I have Sparkles and Dazzle. What do you guys think? What do you think she's gonna have? Let me know in the comments. Time for number 6. This is a new one to us. This is 7. I think you can probably guess why her name is 7. Do you see it? Do you see it? Right there. She has the number 7 on her side. I did not name her this. She's going to be 13 years old. She has been named 7 her whole life. This is one of the Shetlands that I am super, super excited about. 7 is a daughter of Grandy. Grandy is a stallion who is in Australia now. He's been there for over 10 years. His name is Buckeye WCF Leland Royal Grand. We have found that the Grandy stuff with our Troubadour lines cross extremely well. She is in full to Troubadour. So just to give you an example of other Grandies that have crossed well with Troubadour, Albert is out of a different Grandy daughter that we unfortunately lost in 2023. And Envy is out of a different Grandy daughter, who's Euphoria, who we still have. And then we have another Grandy daughter, Sparkles, who has not had any of our stallions for us, but she has had very, very nice babies. The other fun thing about her is that she is an incredible mover. And our Troubadours tend to be very nice movers as well, as you know, with like DMX and Sumo and all those. Now, she is coming 13 years old, and this will be only her second baby. She had one foal before I owned her, because I just got her, I think, right about a year ago. So we have no idea as far as foaling history, how long she goes or anything like that. I think she's a Bay Sabino Tobiano, but I don't have her color tested. That's just my guess. Troubadour is homozygous for black, so guaranteed black base. May or may not be Bay, may or may not have Tobiano gene, which Tobiano is like that one right there, and like Dancer right here that we already talked about. Sabino looks a little different on her than it does on some others. So for example, Envy is a Sabino, Albert's a Sabino, and those ones are Sabinos without the Tobiano gene. She just has both, and so it just looks a little bit different because you kind of see more white than anything, so you kind of lose the Sabino effect. It could be the whole spectrum. It could be solid bay like Troubadour all the way to all white. like this, or even like all white like Eminem. I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. This is the only one that I know 95% sure what the gender is. I am very new to fetal sexing by ultrasound. I did fetal sex her foal when she was right at 105, 110 days, and it is a filly. But I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, it's my first one that I did completely on my own. Ones that I did previously, I did with another vet who was actually teaching me how to fetal sex. I'll be super excited if it is a filly. I mean, just because I get a filly, but also because then I'm right. This year, though, I will tell you, we are going to be doing a ton more fetal sexing. I do have the video of when I ultrasounded her and fetal sexed the foal. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. You guys don't have to guess the gender because obviously it's going to be a biased opinion now since I told you that. But what do you think it's going to be color-wise? She is due February 21st. So that's 7.